Now, listen, if you have recently moved or you have recently booked a mover or you're thinking about doing so, we want to make sure that you are safeguarded because there's some things going on in the industry that are leaving homeowners really out to dry, like out, without in the middle of the ocean without a life vest. I'm talking about lack of insurance, lack of accountability. I'm talking about situations where some people are taking total losses, and some damage is happening and nothing is covered. And this is happening because lack of actual employees now working for moving companies. First off, George, you guys aren't doing this, right? You have employees.
Correct, Emilio. Again, thank you for the introduction, and
You're
you
welcome.
you you nailed that right out of the park for us. So currently in moving forward, GMetz never has and does not plan on ever going down this route of subcontractor. Everybody's employees, so we know these people. We get the background checks. We get the information that we need to properly hire the staff and then train the staff. Where
Yep.
unfortunately we're seeing it more and more locally. This was something that started in other states and has slowly trickled in. I understand why moving companies locally are doing it because it is hard to find, good crew members. A lot of the subcontractors that are in our area now really almost, for lack of better terminology, almost started a little small union. So a group of originally 5, 6 good movers decided we can make more money. We're going to go out and start our own companies, um, which is great. But now they're just subcontracting, which leads to a lot of issues, not just for the mover that has the license to carry it, but also for the customers, the consumers that are actually planning on moving. Whether if if GMetz hired a subcontractor to go out and do a contract move for one of your clients that you refer and something bad happens, we have insurance. GMetz is going to handle it 1,000%. But the subcontractor, if they're with another carrier, the subcontractor is supposed to have a standard size insurance. Most of the time, they are not carrying the proper insurances. They're not licensed because they're working under the main carrier. Again, I'll use us as an example. We have our DOT numbers, we have the licenses, the insurances. Well, now they're working under us, right? That's why it's a sub under us, right? So they're coming in to support that main contractor. Well, doesn't mean they have insurance. They don't have licenses. They're working under ours. So
Yep.
when a claim comes up, the insurance company gets involved. Well, what team was out there? Oh, it was our subcontracting team. All right, well, where's their insurance policies? Oh, they don't have one. Well, legally they're supposed to, but unfortunately that isn't happening that way because again they don't have to legally provide insurance when they're a subcontractor. They're supposed to be working off of the upper license. Realistically, meaning they're more of an employee versus a subcontractor. That line gets blurred whether it's an employee or a subcontractor. Now, a subcontractor is not supposed to be told what to wear, what time to show up, because again, that leads them to an employee. So if you have a client that needs to move on the 13th tomorrow, and the subcontractor says, you know what, it's too cold, I don't want to do it, the main carrier cannot make the subcontractor go do it. And now all of a
Wow.
sudden your client is calling, my mover isn't showing up, no one's answering the call. So again, ask the questions when you're starting to talk to these customers. Are these employees? Are they subcontractors? Are you a broker? These are things that you want to know so you can understand truly what's going into it. So when you talk to a local company that provides national services like us, it's a different feeling, right? It's not a national company providing local work. We're a local company catering for your long distance in local moving. It's not just long distance that this is happening in. It's happening from Cranston to Cranston and Warwick to Providence.